Thanks for logging on to fox4now.com. I'm meteorologist Jamie Kagol, and this is your day part forecast. 53 degrees is how things start out at the 8 o'clock hour as the skies still clearing out. Some leftover cloud cover from an early morning cold front coming through. North winds, though, 10 to 15. That is going to be a factor throughout the day today. So even though it says 58 on your rear view mirror thermometer, it is not going to feel like 58 when the winds are at 10 to 15. It may feel more like a lower 50 for today. So some cold, sunshine, breezy conditions. The winds will start to come down, though, as you get closer to 5 o'clock, and we'll be into the middle 50s. Still clear skies at that time. And taking a look at what's going on outside right now, the cold front pushing through the morning hours, that leftover cloud cover over the Gulf of Mexico, and the leftover, well, we're talking about clearing skies over the peninsula. Now, we do have a freeze warning and a freeze watch in place. Basically, areas east of I-75 for tonight are going to experience temperatures into the low 30s, even some upper 20s around places like Arcadia or Northport or even LaBelle. And so all areas inland definitely want to cover up the sensitive vegetation, bring in the potted plants if you can, and look after the livestock. Look after the little furry ones as well. We'll take a look at the Vipercast. That cold front pushes through. The skies clear out nicely. Later on tonight, the winds do come down. So even though we get that plunge of temperatures, the wind won't be a factor. Over the weekend, as we get closer to Saturday, we're talking about another cold front coming through. It'll bring in a little cloud cover with it, looking mainly dry. However, it is just a reinforcing shot of that cool, dry air that we have for quite a while now, because what is going to be going on is we have this deep trough in the upper level winds, and that allows a lot of very cold air to come along with it. And as these little clippers, these little lows come through that system, that trailing cold front, that sweeps across Florida. So we get a little taste of this cold air every once in a while. It just reinforces the fact that it is winter. It'll reinforce our temperatures, keeping us in that near normal or just below normal scenario. In fact, here's a look at tomorrow morning's lows. For Friday morning, LaBelle at about 32 degrees for that overnight low. Port Charlotte, 34. Places like Northport and Arcadia could see some upper 20s as well, and Moorhaven at 33. So again, it's one of those nights. You want to cover up the plants, look after the little ones, look after your furry ones, and if you're sending the kids off in the morning, definitely a layer or two. Let's take a look at what we have for today. We're going to get up to around 60 degrees. It is going to be a chilly day today because it'll be breezy on top of that. And later on tonight, the 30s. Very cold conditions for us. Boating forecast, water temperature at 67 degrees. North winds becoming northwesterly, 15 to 20 knots. Seas of 4 to 8 feet. And rough inland waters with those winds. High tide at 2:20 p.m., low tide 7:15 a.m., sunrise at 7:18, sunset at 5:58. Here's your Power of 4 zone forecast. Up around 60 degrees, clearing and cold for our inland areas, and overnight lows, upper 20s to upper 30s. The closer you are to places like Lake O and the Gulf of Mexico, the closer you are to a 38 for an overnight temperature. For the harbor zone, again, clear, cold, and breezy, and overnight lows, we'll see some of those low 30s as you go a little further inland, as you get closer to places like Northport, as you start to look towards DeSoto County, a daytime high near 60 degrees. And for the coastal zone, again, near 60. Skies clearing out, leftover cloud cover over the Gulf of Mexico. Those lows hovering a little closer to 40 degrees as you're a little closer to the Gulf of Mexico. And for the beaches, it's cold sand and cold water, and overnight lows doing fine. Low 40s to low 50s, but again, as you're closer to the water, it does help things out. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. A couple of days of 60s for highs, overnight lows. They do rebound a little bit, but Saturday with that cold front coming through, it pushes our overnight lows back down to the low 40s. Daytime highs on Sunday up towards 70, and then we maintain something very close to normal. But there will be a few more cold fronts, and it looks as though the rest of January, quite possibly into February, again, that trend of remaining near normal or just below normal. All right, you can always get your weather online. You can follow me on Facebook at Jamie Kagol Weather. Follow me on Twitter and where you are right now, fox4now.com.